how to influence people to trust us when I know every word spoken is true. My suggestion is become a trustworthy person if you want people to trust you. What does that mean? Carry yourself in that way. I remember, I'm a girl from Delhi, Punjabi. Exaggerating used to be a part of how I used to speak. I remember I used to come back from a party and I used to tell my husband, I got 1,000,000 compliments today. And he used to say 1,000,000 and I used to say 3. So if 3 people gave me a compliment, this is how I used to speak, I remember my mom saying, I can eat up all of the coconuts on that bicycle. I would say all and she would say 5. So, like that, what we do is we keep speaking without really meaning what we say. Very important in life is to start to say what you mean what you say. I had once heard this story of, how, what do you call these people? Sages in India, how they are able to bless and curse. If you go into our mythology, you'll hear of the words like Shrap de diya. How can someone give Shrap? Or how can someone bless you for having a child or abundance or rain coming? But you know what the truth is? If you don't tell lies for 3 years, eventually your word becomes very, very powerful. So first, you have to speak the truth for the truths to exist in the universe. There will come a time when the thing will switch. Anything you speak will start to turn into the truth because the God knows that you don't tell lies. Okay? And the kind of power you will start to feel in your personality will be amazing. The higher you keep your consciousness of honesty, the higher your power to build trust with people. Sometimes we meet people and we say, I don't know, nothing was wrong, but something in her vibe I didn't like. Sometimes we meet people and we feel drawn to them. Can I tell you, people's aura speaks to us. Our heart has as much intelligence as our mind. The thing is, our mind knows how to process that intelligence. Our heart just processes through vibrations. So before we meet a person, like when they are walking towards us, we are already gathering so much information. They say what we decided for a person in the first 3 seconds, normally we are right. Because their heart is emitting vibration, and when our vibration meets that vibration, a certain reading happens at a natural intellect level. There is a company called HeartMath which has done a lot of scientific research on all of this. You can Google HeartMath. They now have a machine to check people's aura and energy and all of that, right? So I would love for you, especially Parleen, because you asked this question, darling, one thing you have to start to do is just become your most honest self. Literally go to the extent of when somebody asks you what's the time and it's 4:23, say 4:23. Not even 4:30. Don't round it off also. So like that, as when your subconscious and your conscious, when your conscious speaks so much truth that your subconscious starts to go, if she said it, it must be true. For example, some of us say tomorrow morning, no, I'll wake up at 6 a.m. And then we don't wake up. So what is our subconscious's message? She says, but she doesn't mean it. So I don't need to work towards getting up at 6 tomorrow morning because she's never going to get up. She keeps making promises. She's told her aunt she's going to come day after. She's told her children that she's going to take them to the zoo. None of it is going to happen because she doesn't have the discipline to, follow through with what she says. When there are people like that in the world, so sad. Okay, we have so much power to design our life. My company is called Life by Design because in my heart, I truly believe we can design our life. But for that, we have to really start to build our conscious mind. Whatever it says, our subconscious will only speak to the universe and make it happen for us if there is trust between these two. So the first person that needs to trust you is you. Okay, once you have that trust, can I tell you, you will automatically radiate trust with other people. You know what how people check your trust? They make you make a commitment to them, something very small. Your children, 2-year-old, 5-year-old do it with you, okay? And then if you keep your promise, they continue to trust you. If you don't keep your promise, now they know you're not dependable. And you won't know why, but they won't respect you. I believe maximum respect comes when, think of all the people you respect. The one common thread you will see across everybody that you respect is that they don't take their words lightly. When they say something, they actually mean it. So start to take yourself a lot more seriously, especially when you're making commitments to others. Now, can we keep all of our commitments? No, absolutely not. Sometimes it can happen. I've told my children I'm going to take you to the zoo, but the driver has an accident or doesn't show up and I can't, right? Now that's the time where I need to reset that commitment and apologize. So I apologize that I couldn't take you, so that they can see that, mom meant what she said, as well as let them know when I will be able to take them. The minute you know you will not be able to keep the commitment, don't wait for the other person to follow up. So at 5 o'clock, if I told them I'm going to take them and the driver hasn't shown up till 4:45, I should go to my children and say, it's 4:45, the driver hasn't yet come, I don't know what to do, I'm still trying to strategize, maybe we can take a taxi or maybe we can go tomorrow, let me just check what's possible. So they see that, when mom said something to us, she meant it. And what the beauty of the world is? When you treat yourself with that much respect, because every word of yours matters to you, the world starts to say only to you those things that where they mean it. So your children will start to take their words more seriously. The world will start to treat you more seriously. If somebody wants to cancel an appointment with me, they will make sure that they inform me, because they know this person takes the appointment seriously. At 4:30, I will show up if you don't tell me not to. So, for my husband, he's very, very punctual. People often message him, look, the party starts at 8:30 on the card, but for you it's 9 o'clock. Please come by 9 o'clock, okay? In our house, we'll keep something that I call a commitment jar. Anybody who doesn't keep their commitment, please put 100 rupees in that box. And eventually, at the end of the month, we will go out for dinner and spend off that money. So you know what? It's only a reminder that this is such an important part of who we become in the world.